Make sure you work over a table with a cloth so that you don't lose them. Next step, line this set screw up with the flat area of this shaft, like such. Slide it on. Apply thread locking compound to this screw, just a dot, and reinsert. Make certain that you stay on the flat of the shaft. Very tight. You want to tighten that considerably tight. Now, this housing does not require thread sealant or thread compound, and just a good hand tightening. A good double hand grip tight will be fine. Now your jam nut, thread this on. When you get about that far from the housing, go in and put you about 2 drops, one on each side of your thread compound, locking compound. Screw it down. Grasp it with your wood thread protectors or whatever you have, pliers, and then your tool to tighten this up, which would be like needle nose pliers or something of that nature. Looking at it from the top to tighten, you'll be turning clockwise. Now, you can bring this back down to the motor. Make sure that the shrink tubing comes through that little hole. Just hand thread this on. Doesn't have to be tight, just in place. Next is to put this pin, threaded pin, back into the motor housing. Look at it from the other side as it's coming through to make sure that it's not pinching wires or something of that nature. Now, thread this back into the threaded brass pin, a given distance, and just until it kind of comes through the other side. Slide this in place. Put your spacers or washers here. Make sure that your rubber O-rings are still in place. And then you want to put your thread locking compound internal of these threads. Not on the screw. Not on the screw. Internal of these threads. Put your thread locking compound internal of those threads to prevent it from oozing out and locking the motor down. Once you have that in place, start these threads back into position. Tighten them up. Same procedure on both sides. Using your 2 10mm wrenches to tighten everything back into place, and then it's ready to install back into your airframe and connect back to the gear controller. Again, I'm Mitch Stott. We apologize for any issues this may have caused. If you have questions, you can go to our website, downandlocked.com. There you will find